Ooh, we're live.
Hey, this is Peter Palmiotti. I'm here with Alison.
Yep, that's me. I'm here with Peter Palmiotti because he's my partner in crime. So yes, we're here doing art and other shit. So
Making Comics and Art, episode 214.
fantastic.
Design your course.
Design your course. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but hey, we'll go with it.
It means make your own way.
Okay, I can go with that. That's effectively what I'm doing. And Hobbs agrees. Right.
Well, he knows his stuff.
Yes,
that Hobbs.
Yeah. It's named after one of my favorite comic strip characters, so.
That's the one from Peanuts?
Oh, yeah, the one from Peanuts. Yeah, fuck you. Oh, getting the show off to a great start there, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
At least it's not the Hobbs from Fast and Furious.
No, it's definitely not that cartoon character. You know, I can honestly say I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, 30 of them. So.
A dozen. I don't know. Something.
I don't know.
Something.
But I haven't seen any of them.
That's fine. I'm sure you'll survive.
Oh, well, I've survived this long.
Yes. And yes, I am working on Designated. The goal is to get it done by the end of May. So that's the end of next month. So that's a month and a half. Yeah, today's the 15th, so.
Yeah, well, I'm working on A Girl in Her Shadow. And Motorcycle Goes By.
Brum, brum.
Yeah, it's really nice here. So, you know, I have my windows open, and I'm paying for it every minute. Usually it's emergency vehicles, but...
All right.
I'll show off more I'm working on. Yes. I'm definitely going with more Street Fighter anatomy than anything else right now, so I'll bring it up soon, though.
Yeah, cool.
I just want to finish sketching in this shirt a little bit.
Most indeed.
I don't want people to accuse the fact that I basically had the teenage girl naked. So,
well, you're not born with clothes, so.
No, but you know what I mean. I may have given her big boobs, but that's about it. So.
This is just a casual stream for us today.
Yeah. Nice, easy. So I'm hanging out with Lauren tonight for her launch stream for Pale Rider.
Oh, yeah, I was going to mention that. it's 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I'll be on that stream tonight. I am crashing, as Lauren said. We got Crimson Owl here with a "What's up, everyone?" How's it
Hey,
going?
Crimson. Lauren was on his show last night that I caught.
Damn, I'll have to go back and check that one in the reruns. Yeah, I was playing D&D last night. So.
Priorities.
Oh, you're damn right. I like that game a lot. It's kind of like we're playing basically like Dark Sun, and I love the Dark Sun setting. So, it's not actually Dark Sun; it's his own variation of it. But think of it like Desert World. Well, as he calls it, Sand Vikings. So kind of like Dune, but with more fantasy. There's another motorcycle.
Dune with more fantasy?
Yep. We have wizards.
How could you be more fantasy than Dune?
We have fireballs.
Fireballs. That's what does it.
I mean, Dune definitely has its fantastic elements. It's a space opera, but it's science fantasy more than anything else.
Gotcha.
We have sand ships that sail the deserts.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm gonna get Dave on here to hang out with us. You've met him. He runs the game, but he's quite the artist himself. So actually,
we like artists.
Yeah,
we like artists.
Yes, we do. He graduated from Mass Art and animation and stuff. Like me, he did most of his career working at Verizon, having nothing to do with art. Which I always find funny.
It's like I had a day job before I worked in comics,
Yeah.
It's like really until I made the decision to give it a go.
As of right now, I definitely consider myself a full-time comic artist, but that's because I'm disabled. So I can't work my job where I made lots of money. So, but in all honesty, I'm a bit happier just drawing all the time.
Yeah.
It is a labor of love. No, let's see.
So yeah, Lauren, 8 o'clock tonight. Path of the Pale Rider. If you don't know about her and her book, we'll watch past episode on the channel. Go check out.
Yeah, did we have her last week? Was it?
Yeah, it's
last week we had Daphne.
Right, on Monday. It's only a couple of episodes ago or whatever.
Yeah,
technically speaking.
Yep, and Lauren and I connected, so it's funny. We bonded. Looks like Crimson's making comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he's making his comic right now.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yep, so I am working on Danny here, who is the girl in A Girl in Her Shadow. And the shadow is actually another girl, but I haven't drawn her in this yet. I actually posted on my Facebook some of my original concepts of what became this today.
Yeah.
Which I did last night, but it shows the manifested issue 2 stuff. So
I'll have to go check it out.
Yep. So it'll probably be on my Instagram too. I just haven't looked at that yet because I have it all linked. So
Right.
okay, I gotta pull up what the hell I made her shirt look like. I know what color it is. That's about it.
You ever watch there's an animated movie called Me and My Shadow. Oh, no, not Me and My Shadow. Me and My Arrow.
No, I haven't watched that. Is it
Oh,
good?
it's an old classic.
Me and my arrow.
Me and My Arrow. Yeah, it's a song and everything.
I know I've heard the song. I don't think I've seen the animation. Maybe I have. I just don't remember it. What was it that? The Girl in Her Shadow. I actually started this in the 90s. I came up with this idea. The idea's changed a lot.
As ideas tend to do.
Well, originally it was inspired by an anime called Vampire Princess Miyu. And I liked the concept of Miyu and Lava, the two characters from it. And I had like my own variation of it, and I called it A Girl in Her Shadow. And then it became more of like a modern fantasy thing. So, but yeah, I'll I have some of the conceptuals I was doing for some of the really earlier stuff for this. So, I don't have the original art that I did back from like the 90s and early 2000s when I actually had a short animation of it and everything.
Oh, really?
But if I had the computer that has it on there, I would have the animations because I did them all in Flash.
Yes.
Peanut Brat.
There's no longer Flash available, right?
Yeah, it's called Adobe Animate now.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know if I would use it per se. Like I would probably use Clip Studio if I was going to do animation at this point.
Right.
Just because it's built in there and I really know how it works. And Flash is great for certain kinds of things, or Adobe Animate's great for certain kinds of things, but the type of stuff that I'd want to do, it's not really. So, yeah, that would be.
If you want to check out some cool animation, there's a friend of mine, Corey Kerr. He's on Instagram and does these wild animations.
Let's see. This is one of my early conceptuals for A Girl in Her Shadow. I did this a couple of years ago. This was the original concept of the shadow.
Nice.
I will probably put that back in at some point. Just don't know when. And that was Danny's early conceptuals.
Reminds me of Trent, right?
Yeah, Trent. Oh, it's Trent and Rob. So, I mean, I definitely have influence from Rob Dunas. So, Duenas, I think is how you pronounce it. Sketchcraft. Let's go with that.
Yep.
And think that's actually a scan. Maybe rough that out on paper. I'm still using elements from the design, just not everything.
So we got hit by another it's a tornado warning, and it was pretty much like high winds.
That sucks.
And yeah, two of my cats were outside. I opened the door. It's like it was like probably the worst it was that night. It was like, holy cow, what the hell's going on out here?
You gotta get the two of them back in here.
I got one of them was in the little house I have out front for them, shelter from the wind and the rain. And the other one was coming up the block, soaking wet.
Sounds about right.
Let me in. Yeah, the babies. But man, it's just like, it's been crazy, the weather. It's been so off its normal patterns. But I guess this is what it's going to be from now on, at least going forward or whatever.
Yep. We fucked the planet good.
Yay.
I can definitely see myself getting a bit more cartoony with my designs on this. So
go for it.
Yep, I probably will. Oh.
I liked there's a lot of amazing X-Men artists back in the day, and one of them was Humberto Ramos.
Yes, I love.
I'm not sure if that's the first time I saw him, or like maybe the second time, but he was on a higher profile project.
Yeah, Crimson's where I remember him from.
Is that before?
Yeah, that was back when he was working with the Battle Chasers label that they had with Image.
Right.
Battle Chasers, Danger Girl. Yeah, I forget what it was called, but yeah, it was yeah, I love his stuff, and I liked his comic. I think it was called Out There. That was really good too. But yeah, his X-Men was great. I loved his run on X-Men.
As Generation X, and for whatever reason, like I saw a lot of behind the scenes stuff up at Marvel, so I saw his pencils on it, and I was like, "This is gorgeous."
Yeah, I really liked his stuff. Stupid hair. Let's see. Tomorrow I'm going to a Passover Seder. That should be nice. It'll be food.
So, food is
with
good.
A dose of the Jewish religion. Cliffhanger. That's right. EGB got it. EGB got it with Cliffhanger. That was what it was called. I forgot.
Right.
But yeah, that was some good stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of great attempts by different companies to get a collective of good writers and artists together. I know like Dark Horse tried.
Yeah.
With what was originally
X Ghost and the others.
Well, I'm even talking like that stuff was cool too. But I'm even talking like what Sin City and Hellboy were originally under was Legend.
That's right, Legends. Yeah, because that had Art Adams and stuff like that.
Yeah, Art Adams was amazing with his book, and Mike Allred with Man.
Oh yeah, it was a great one too.
But yeah, I did like not all of it, but some of the Dark Horse superheroes of that time, which was Ghost was part of it, X, which my brother inked. There's a few others I forget. There's so many books.
Yep.
But X was Doug Mankey, and his pencils are awesome.
Yeah, I loved X. I love the art on that. I like Ghost a lot.
Oh, speaking of animation, before if you've seen Doug Mankey on Instagram, he's been posting a bunch of animations he's making, just random stuff. Really interesting. Yeah. It was neat stuff. Just like him drawing animation, like having little things, videos of it.
I'll have to look at that.
Oh, so I got a package today.
Okay.
My friends at Global Frequency Studios. That's Neff and Frequency Girl as their online nicknames, otherwise known as Aaron and Kim. They got me some New York bagels.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
It was a giant box for what it was. It was I think it was like 8 bagels, or maybe it's 10 bagels or something, like 2 packages of bagels. And then this big ass thing, biodegradable, whatever. I didn't even know something was inside it. I opened it up just because I was curious, and there was the cream cheese inside. It was like,
that sounds delightful. I wish I could have that right now.
Yeah.
Why is my not disturbed? I'll get driving.
EJB says, does Mikey not sleep? I don't know. He's always busy doing something. Peach schnapps. Happy Passover in Hebrew. Oh, I thought it was peach schnapps. Peach schnapps. I can't speak languages.
Yep, happy Passover. Yeah, I don't. I'm not actually Jewish. I'm just going over to celebrate it with some friends. But thank you.
AGB, that's really cool, them. Yeah, they're good people. Devil Flyer, hey, welcome. Just a casual working Friday evening chill stream. Is what we're up to.
Yep.
So, for my peoples, it's Good Friday, and you know what they say, every Friday is good.
Yeah, that's a general way of looking at it. I can Fridays are good, and it's Friday. Yeah, it didn't pass over. That's weird. Just checking my Instagram because I just suddenly noticed that my phone was on Do Not Disturb mode. And I'm like, why is this on Do Not Disturb? It shouldn't be.
I think Hobbs did it.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame Hobbs because he's easy and Rocket's asleep. Actually, no, Rocket's licking him full. So I don't think I can put that on TV. Oh dear God. Huh. Just checking a bunch of things that I've kind of not been paying attention to. Because do not disturb. And well, I will definitely say this. One of my friends with the old job I used to work, he had to completely reboot a TV station's main channel port, which
Yeah.
let's just say that's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, I only worked in radio. I don't know TV.
Yeah, basically, in order to do it with the PBS station, you have to basically reboot their main media deck, and that involves bypassing the stations that are just sent by PBS in general, like Create and World and stuff like that. So you got to go and reboot the whole thing, and let's just say that's very scary when you reboot an entire media deck.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't come back up. You're waking people up.
I guess it's good to know, when the zombie apocalypse comes.
Yeah, how to keep people on TV.
Yeah, if I'm trying to broadcast, yeah.
Yep. All right, so this is what I got so far with things. Let's see. Do that. Let's see. Okay. So I wanted. I'm going to change this to a comma. All right. I have to say, I am having fun with the lettering on this because I'm just trying to make all my word balloons look organic. So.
Right. Organic is good.
Yeah, so I'm not using the perfect oval templates that they have. I'm literally just making, kind of drawing them myself. I manipulate them a bit. Although this one might have been. But, whatever. I'm not going to complain with one.
You went against your own rule?
Yeah, I do that. I definitely do that.
I started digging through, because I wanted to separate the graphic novel pages I'm working on from everything else, and I got to start tackling, cleaning up retro pages and a bunch of other things. Anyway, I am getting together a dozen packages I got to mail out. I went to the post office yesterday just to get one of them out. Send out a bunch next week. Yeah, it's like I am kind of behind in sending people stuff. But
Fair.
you know, like my schedule's all over the place, and can't do everything at once. That's why I need a full-time assistant.
Sorry, I'm the wrong girl for it.
Well, I need
live
like
in Massachusetts. Secondly,
yeah.
I'll get bored too easy.
I need a personal assistant that's here.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. So physically and mentally, I'm definitely not there.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a certain kind of person. I would love to do it myself if I wasn't doing everything else. It's like there's no job I don't like doing. It's just I don't have time for everything.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Sooner or later, you gotta give up control of something.
So they say.
So they say. They say a lot.
Yeah.
They say a lot.
So say we all. Wait, that's Battlestar Galactica, right?
You know what happened there?
Yeah, Cylons.
Cylons. I just watched the 3rd episode of Moon Knight.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. I need to sit down and do it. I just haven't yet.
Right. I won't tell you about the
That'd be cool.
The wild buffalo and
See. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I just haven't done it yet.
Right.
I watched that, and I'm like 2 weeks behind on Picard.
Is it good?
I like the first season a lot. Second season, I'm finding kind of interesting. The fact they're basically doing their own version of Star Trek 4.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes of the first season. It was like, I don't know. Not feeling it.
I think the thing that annoyed me is one of the characters is they kind of off them too quick, and I was like, yeah, they're gonna do some stupid time thing to make them come back, I'm guessing, and I really like that character. Kind of follows my thing of usually my favorite character dies.
Yeah, I mean, try not to make it too obvious, writers.
Well, it's like with Babylon 5, the character Marcus Colt. They basically killed him off, and I was just like, son of a bitch, my favorite character. I don't care if people scream spoilers. The show ended in like 1999. Get over it. So.
Yep. I actually do want to go back and watch the Star Trek Next Generation. Yeah, I want to go back and watch all of it. at some point.
I like Next Gen.
It's like I've seen a lot of it, but I never watched it in order, and just random episodes.
Random episodes here and there, and just being like,
yeah.
What's going on? Let's see, enjoying the show. Moonlight. Do you mean Moon Knight? I don't know. I don't know what this Moonlight thing is.
It's a new show.
No. I did finish watching.
It's funny. It's funny. We got a lot of moon shows at once. We got Moonfall, Moon Knight. There's a movie called Moonshot, which, honestly, I wouldn't have watched it, but Lisa told me it was good, and it's very good. It's like a cutesy little young kids thing.
That's fine. I watch lots of those things.
Yeah.
Autocorrect, yeah. Auto incorrect is your worst enemy. But yeah, the
I want to watch Moonlight.
Well, was it? Remember, I was watching Turning Red, and I'm like, this is literally every preteen girl's nightmare coming true.
So, do you like it?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great because it's one of the few movies I've ever seen that's handled girls getting periods in a good way.
Oh, I thought it was about her being pissed off.
Yeah. This is why you're not married.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Pete. The one thing
you know us guys, we don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, you just yep. It's yeah. If you only knew. Yes, the pain of estrogen.
Yeah, so I'm kind of. I got an eye on Lori's project and hope it does really well for her.
Yeah, I want it to do really well too.
Yeah. And it's. I didn't mention it during our chat with her, but because it's like I had an idea for a short story I never wrote, but the title of it, and it's like I did more than just the title, but the title of it was The Death of Death, and it would have been sort of a cleaner version of what she's doing.
Not as twisted.
Not as twisted, it's like just people didn't die, and like they didn't grow old anymore at a certain point. So there was no like zombies or any of that stuff.
Right then. Well, they had there's a Twilight Zone episode that handles that.
Is there?
It might be Outer Limits. It's one of those two. It's Twilight Zone or Outer Limits. I think it's Twilight Zone. Now, Outer Limits would make more sense, but basically, Death decides they don't want to be Death anymore. And nobody dies.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, so there's a, like the obituaries for a day were blank. It's pretty good.
Yeah, she's a cool concept, and with how she's doing all this additional stuff within the campaign. Sounds like a lot of fun.
A lot of work, but hey, it works.
Well,
fantastic.
Campaigns are a lot of work regardless, but
yeah,
especially if you do them right.
Yeah.
I am, I'm trying to be good. I am sort of on a budget, at least until I handle a lot of things. So it's like I can't support everything. It's like I wanted to do Tyler's, didn't get it in on time, and it's like there's so many other books out there I want. But it's like I'm also not reading what I do get. So it's like,
yeah, I know that problem.
So I might as well wait.
I backed Sean Murphy's book that he had done, and I got the elite edition version of it that had it's just all of his line work and everything, book version and stuff. I haven't read any of it, so
right.
I've flipped through it once.
Is it just the regular book, or is there like conversations by him talking about the art or something?
I think it's the book. I'd have to look at it again, but I was pretty sure it's the book. But it's just like his raw artwork for it.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing a black and white version of Retro for when I do Indiegogo.
That could be kind of cool.
Yeah.
See, part of me kind of wants to do something like that with A Girl in Her Shadow, but I think part of the fun of this is the fact of the coloring style I'm using is the old school coloring method in a lot of ways.
Right. So it would be very different.
Yeah, it will look like this, what I have here. Because I do all my shadowing and texturing with color, so.
Ronnie says, same great idea.
Yeah.
Just talking about the
Pale Rider
Death story.
Yeah. I shot a short film that the what was it? 2 police officers are investigating a situation and a murder, and they find a girl there, and they arrest Death.
Yeah.
And it's an interrogation of Death.
What did you have for breakfast?
Yeah, something like that. There was a mentioning in it of and I'm the president's brother. It's like, you are? How did I not know this? All right.
Take care, Ronnie.
We'll see you later, Ronnie.
Yeah. Always good to see you. Check out Comics de la Mota. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's a fun show.
On Crimson Owl Comics YouTube channel. And go subscribe. He's only got 100 and something subscribers.
Oh God, definitely subscribe. He needs more subscribers.
Yeah. him and Jason do a good show together.
Yeah, I had a blast on there.
Yeah. So what's good in the world of comics? Any recommendations?
It's good in the world of comics right now?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. Is there anything exciting that I got this week? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But hey, what else is new?
I did check out part of David Finch's Pain Stream the other night.
Yeah, I wanted to check that out, but again, I was playing D&D, so.
It was him and I forget the other guy's name, maybe Eric something on this.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, doing Batman villain.
Yeah, Killer Croc, I think.
Killer Croc, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like every time I see the character, he looks different, so it's like
Yep, basically.
Everybody's interpretation of him is like, yeah, okay. But yeah, of course, I really love what David was doing, and Eric's is looking good too.
Eric's good. I like his stuff. Let's see. New issue of Batgirls came out. Oh, Noctera. That's a comic I like that Image has been doing. The new issue of that came out. I haven't read it yet, but the new issue of that came out.
What's it called?
Noctera. It's Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel.
Oh, okay. I really like Tony Daniel's work.
Yes. So nice.
At times.
Yeah. I really like the 10th. So.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, he was doing like Batman at one point, and he really like upgraded his work.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I did want to mention something comic news wise. Gold Key is coming back.
They are? Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, somebody, I think it's like a bunch of guys went in together and bought the company, whatever, the trademark, whatever.
Do they get solar and everything?
I'm not sure like what will be under their banner, but I mean, if you bring back Gold Key, then you're I'm sure the desire is to bring back a lot of the classics as well as like how things were done back then,
Yeah. Well, one would think, but you never know.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like they were okay. So it was a bunch of the guys were on the Artcasters, and that's like a show my friends do Thursday nights.
Yeah, I like that show.
I haven't checked it out, but yeah. So I don't have time to check out much stuff. It's like what I do watch is what doesn't need 100% concentration.
That's typically what. Yeah, I usually throw YouTube on for background noise more than anything else.
Yeah,
Like something I can listen to and I don't really have to watch.
exactly.
Gold key. Damn. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of it. Like, like past publishers you want to see again. There would be other names on my list, but Gold Key is cool.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Let's see what they do with it. It's a whole different era now. I wish them success.
Yep.
Yeah. I posted on my Facebook, Twitter. It's like essentially the last 6 months or so. It's longer than that, but it's like I've really been busting my ass.
Oh yeah. You've been going crazy.
And that's the continued until I'm like, this is like phase 2 or whatever. Like, this is like a whole thing I'm going through until I'm done. That will probably be the end of this year or maybe even into next year. It's like I got a lot of past projects that I get done and out, which is part of it. But it's also my shift from, working for other people into doing more of my own things. And because it involves more than just one project, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
But it's like I am happier, and it's like the main thing. It's like, I'm happy with the quality of work I'm doing. I'm happy with, the projects I'll be working on. It's like I'm not giving up working for other people. In fact, there's, a project I can't mention, but
don't find me that way.
Cool things coming up.
So one of my goals right now is get this done and crowdfund it, or I might even submit it someplace. So I don't have to worry about certain things.
You might submit it.
I might submit it. Hopefully you take it, but hey.
Worth a shot. I mean, it's like, hey.
Yeah.
There was a project. I don't know if you know Marshall Lee.
Know the name.
Well, he was like, he was first a music guy, and then he got into comics. Then, he switched back and forth. Anyway, he was doing really good on YouTube, like really good. Like, and it was all about comics. It was all about, and he had a lot of projects going on, and he was tied to different projects. One with me called Big Wraith, and I was excited about it because he was like, I really want to submit something to Alternate. And it was like, I'm right there with you. I would love to submit something to Alternate. And we can submit this. This is like a perfect project for that. And he penciled the first couple of pages, and then he dropped out of society for a while, as people do. Unfortunately, it was like, the end of his marriage and stuff. So
that sucks.
He Yeah, it's like too many people divorcing, especially in comics.
He's another person who must not have understood Turning Red. But heck.
just putting it out there. But anyway, he's more about music nowadays and doing abstract comics, which isn't really comics; it's just abstract stuff.
Yeah.
But
whatever works for him.
Yeah, it's like I still want to do that project, and I would love to do it with him. But if I don't know if he's ever gonna want to pencil a comic again.
Well, I'm gonna be making a T-shirt for the slogan I've been using of "Shut up and make comics." I've been saying it on a lot of streams and stuff lately, so I'm gonna make that into a T-shirt.
Right.
I wrote the Indicia stuff for this, which I labeled as legal crap. And at the bottom of it, I put, now let's shut up and make comics.
Yeah. Now take that to a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. Where is it? Yeah, but this is a work of fiction. Any similarities between the stories, characters, places, events, and whatever else is purely coincidental. I'm covering all my bases with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some comics, especially more back in the day, would totally like write a whole bunch of BS in it in that spot. Yeah, it's like nobody reads it.
So it's like Sam Pete was the Max, like in the middle of it. Is anyone actually reading this?
Right.
Drew Hayes used to put some funny stuff or copyright notices into his things when he was doing Poison Elves.
Right.
It's like, don't steal my shit or I'll fuck you up or something. I think was one of them.
Yeah, he was a mellow dude. You ever read okay, so that was Serious Comics.
Oh yeah.
There was one
dark one with this animal mystic.
Dark one, I love his work.
Yeah, I remember I don't even know whatever happened to him, but hey.
He did an art book on Kickstarter, I think, a couple of years back or something.
Did he? No, that's kind of sad I missed that then.
I could swear that's yeah. Like I saw him pop up somewhere doing something. But yeah, I mean, he's probably just one of those guys. Everybody loves his work, and he doesn't have to put out any effort whatsoever, and he can make a living.
Yeah.
But there was a through series. There was I picked up Colleen Duran's Distant Soil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to read that too.
There was also another book. I'm forgetting. It's like a 3-part name. Terry something. Did something with space. Star something. I'm blanking on the name right now.
I'd have to look.
Was
that?
I really like that.
Princess Mew, except for Vampire Princess Mew. You doing a callback from earlier? Huh? Is that it? You're doing a callback from earlier?
EGB knows his stuff.
Yeah. As I said, A Girl in Her Shadows, and my original influence was Vampire Princess Mew.
Right.
that was based just on the OVA at the time. I hadn't read any of the manga or anything. Just the OVA, the 2-3 episode OVA or whatever it was that came out, and I was just like, it's a creepy magical girl. I'm so in. Good stuff.
Yes, indeed. Oh, EGJB goes just about coincidental similarities.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty different than that. But yeah, it's. I mean, if anybody's gonna go after me, it's gonna be Jay Kristoff. But hey, this is more influenced by the Nevernight Chronicles than it was anything else. But I think he would. I think I changed everything enough that I wouldn't have to worry about it. So. But his stuff really hit me. Okay. I changed this entire page because it used to look a lot different. This bottom section was another full shot of the inn. I ended up changing all of it because I wanted to focus on the characters to start to bring things in. So I was like, well, let's break it up.
Right.
What Peter was saying on his show on Thursday.
Right. Well, it's it's good to show where they're at, and who's around.
Well, there was going to be more people in the scene, but I kind of like the idea that she comes in and then this kind of this guy who seemingly out of nowhere makes a comment, and then the next page is going to bring into how they basically start a fight with her. So, and we find out that the girl here can beat the shit out of people pretty easily.
There you go. Because she's turning red. She's turning red.
Turning red? Yes, that's exactly it. She's turning red. Yeah. Asshole.
That's her secret power.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. She's wearing a red cloak, so maybe that is it. That's her secret power. Fuck you.
Anyway, you were saying, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was funny. As I said, my influences are all over the places with this. So, but I'm pretty happy with it, the way it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it has my fantasy sensibilities along with an excuse for me to draw people doing like Street Fighter moves.
There you go. When I hear that a lot, like, there's a lot of influences in my work. Like, that's not a bad thing. It's as long as it blends, as long as it seems like a single vision, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The big things that I liked is it has a Romanesque flavor to it, but it's not Rome because it's my own fantasy world. But it has, some of them have like a Romanesque flavor. All the quote unquote nobility tend to have Roman-like names.
Right.
Well, the vast majority of them do. Was it Danny is a name that she gave herself because she's an escaped slave. She is an escaped gladiator.
Okay.
And that's one of the main reasons she can fight. But yeah, and it's a fantasy setting. She has some innate magical abilities that let her fight better. So that's what this mark on her face is. It shows that she's an expensive slave.
Aha.
It's because she has additional abilities. Yeah, I'll probably have to go over it a little bit in my in the book again, because I had it in original issue of Manifested 1. I actually explained it. That's not it. Explain some precepts of it, but
As long as it all makes sense in the end.
oh yeah. Well, I have a narrator character, and it was something that when Tyler read it, he's like, when you were talking about this narrator character, he's like, I didn't really think it would work. Then I read it, and I was like, yeah, it worked.
So, yeah, narrators are tricky, but I tend to like narrators,
Yeah, well, I wanted my own variation of like the Crypt Keeper type of thing, but I'm like, it's a fantasy setting. He's a bard. So, yeah, Josarin Welfane. There it is. Yeah, so he says in it, like, in the original book, he mentions something about, I think we should discuss the masked savior for a moment. And as Rune noted, a mark upon her cheek, signifying her as a slave. And basically, like a square kind of tattoo is a general laborer, house servant, or sex slave. A upside-down triangle is a soldier, guard, or gladiator. A circle denotes a teacher, scholar, majordomo, or specialist. And the infinity symbol, or I can't think of the word for it, what it's actually called, but it's an infinity symbol. A wizard, magic user, or meretrix. And slavery, like all things in the Empire, is separated into castes, four specifically, all branded alchemically and organized by use, skill, and how dangerous they are. And yes, gentle friends, a meretrix is very useful, highly skilled, and extremely dangerous. And that's basically a high-paid sex slave, basically a highly trained sex slave. So it's effectively the Latin word, I think, for prostitute. So.
Right.
But then I went over to how it worked, because you can't just get rid of the mark. So anybody who sees a person who has these marks on them and they don't recognize them or something like that, they're probably an escaped slave. And someone with the Lacrimarum, is that it? No, it's not right. Whatever. Someone with the infinity symbol denotes like usually a high reward for their return. And in the first page, I have it that the this character's name is Centurion, and he says Falcons of the Faerun Collegium. By order of the Emperor, you are to stand down immediately. There is a ghost wagon arriving soon. A ghost wagon is a type of thing that they drag around slaves and prisoners in. It's like you will be returned to your collegium where your dominus will take custody of you. Now drop your weapons and get down. I will not ask again. And each one of them is named for a different falcon. This character, who they refer to as basically father or pater, is the lanner. This is Karia, and she is the kestrel. And Danny is the merlin. And stuff I'll go into.
Right.
the backstory is pretty intricate on things. I mean, the world background alone, I have literally hundreds of pages of notes that I've done, but I run D&D in this world. So, because a high-powered D&D game is a superhero game. So, with all the stuff you can do with it. But yeah, so that's some of the background of the world, and I'll be giving out like lots of the world stuff as I go. Like I have fairly intricate maps of everything of the world and stuff. Like I have an entire 3D model of my main city built, where I have pretty much every building in it designed, and I can go in and take sections out and put them into the comic if I need to. I can keep consistency that way.
Right.
It also lets me cheat at perspective. All right, cutting. Well, I can set up the buildings. I immediately have pretty much the correct perspective since I did it all in 3D.
Yeah, gotcha.
I shouldn't say it's not really cheating. It's just using tools. But a lot of people are like, oh, you're cheating. You're not drawing it all out by hand. I'm like, you know how much of a pain in the ass it is to keep drawing the same goddamn things over and over again.
Well, I mean, there are a lot more people using models, SketchUp, or whatever.
Yeah. No, I built the whole thing in Blender.
Put it in a blender.
Yeah, put it in a blender and oh god. Yeah, I appreciate that. It is a lot of fun to make. I enjoyed making this world a lot. It's grown, it's changed a bit, but it's a combination of. I said it has elements of Greek/Roman mythology, but it's more influenced by Nordic mythology and Russian mythology. Or I should say, like Eastern European in general. Like the dragons are referred to as Zmirs a lot of the time, things of that nature. I literally have Koschei the Deathless wandering around, as I also have Baba Yaga. So she is the kind old woman of the wood, and sometimes referred to as the Winter Wolf. But yeah, I had fun putting all that stuff in and using it and things. And Koschei's, well, it's basically where Gary Gygax, who created D&D for people who don't know, got the idea from the Lich from. And the villain of what was it? Called the Conqueror, who was in the I think the collection was called that, but the Cull series by Robert E. Howard. I think Called the Conqueror was that bad movie with Kevin Sorbo. But the Cull character, his main villain was Thulsa Doom. And Thulsa Doom isn't like he is in the Conan movie and Conan the Barbarian. In the books, he's a lich, and he was inspired by Koschei the Deathless more than anything else. He was a wizard. Actually, the villain that's in the sequel, Conan the Destroyer, it's like they almost switched them. But yeah. And I stand by that Conan the Destroyer is the greatest D&D movie I've ever seen. Not a very good Conan. Not a very good Conan story, but a great D&D story. I will say this: I don't roll dice when I'm figuring stuff out with this with the comic. Although sometimes I think I should. Maybe I will at some point.
Maybe.
Well, I have Danny built as a character so I could play her in a game at some point. I also have Kare built as a character. And a few others. Tattered Demalion. I have her built. Ruin is built, but Ruin's is a wizard, so she's kind of easy. It's all characters from the manifested stuff. Okay. We've been at this a bit more than an hour, Pete. You want to call it for the day?
Might as well. Got a little
I need to work. Yeah, I gotta get a few more things done on this, but I want to rest a bit before that other stream tonight. So
yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, should probably eat something.
Always a good thing. Yeah, like, subscribe, share, and comment. We'll be back next week. Comment is good.
Yeah. You can dislike if you want. We'll just make fun of you. But hey.
It won't show up. And become our patrons because you enjoy what we do.
Yeah, I can respect that. But yeah, so